So good morning. So these are the last two of the 25 statements about what conscious partners know that I've taken from Harville and Helen's book, Doing Imago Relationship in the Space Between. So number 24, and they go together, so I'm going to take them together. They need to acknowledge each other's otherness, accept each other's differences, affirm each other's reality, adore each other's traits, and advocate each other's reality and potential. And number 25, they must differentiate before they can connect. So they accept each other as an other and accept each other's differences. So I would certainly characterize most relationships, certainly ours was before we started doing the Imago work, as unconscious, old brain, reactive. And so what I try to do in the office, what I'm trying to do with these blogs, is simply help couples become more conscious, use your new brain, your thinking brain, and become more intentional. And so I'll take these last two together because they speak to the same issue. And Harville and Helen have long contended that the reason or the cause for most conflict in the world is objection to difference. Objection to difference. And obviously we can see it out in the world. You have gay, straight, male, female, black, white, Christian, non-Christian, etc. We see it all the time. But their contention is that it's also one of the major causes for disruption in relationships. So going to number 25, it states, couples must differentiate before they can connect, okay? They're different, and then they can connect. And earlier in statement 24, or way back in number 13, they made the statement, couples need to differentiate so they can move from symbiosis to connecting. And I know symbiosis is a complex sort of psychological term, but as I explained back then, the Webster Dictionary defines symbiosis as, in biology, the living together of two dissimilar organisms in close association or union, especially where this is advantageous to both, as distinguished from being a parasite. So in humans, symbiosis most often describes a relationship between a mother and child, a newborn, because they need each other. And in a conscious relationship, but partners need to differentiate themselves in order to connect. And the way I understand that is that, for example, I'm perfectly capable of living on my own, and my wife is certainly capable of living without me, but we've chosen to go in the same direction together. So it's not that we need each other to survive, but that we've chosen to go in the same direction. So we differentiated as two separate individuals who have chosen to go and connect and go in the same direction together. I think that's a pretty important concept. But the problem is that we're totally different. And all couples are. And so in a differentiated relationship, number 25 tells us, couples can accept each other as an other and accept each other's differences. Those of you who know us know how different we are. But it's okay. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't make one right and one wrong. And the way this will show up in a relationship is stated in number 24. They accept each other's differences, affirm each other's reality, adore each other's traits, and advocate each other's reality and potential. So here's how I understand that, okay, is that I'm really my partner's biggest cheerleader. I want her to become the best person she can, knowing that she has talents and abilities and traits that I don't have. And she advocates for my reality in the same way. It's not a competition, right? Again, we're different, and we don't need each other to survive, but we've chosen to go in the same direction together. Okay? Hope this makes sense. So anyway, so that's the end of those 25. Actually, earlier he had what unconscious partners tend to do or know, and then I think it's page 167, 169, these 25 statements about what conscious partners know. So next week we'll move on to something a little bit different. Okay? Have a good week. Cheers.